Cause asking niggas was they daddy in their life ain't enough. Now we on the mama. Did your mama work a lot? Your mama had two jobs? You was always at your grandma's house? You out of here. Kaputs. You seen your mama slaving, you think it's gonna be normal for me to slave.
A narcissist is emotionally unavailable and detached from the family that they created. As you already may know, the narcissist is only pleased when you are slaving for them. But there is absolutely no reciprocity given to you under any circumstances, only unless the narcissist wants to butter you up because they want something. But generally, there is no reciprocity when it comes to a narcissist. For example, let's say you have children with the narcissist and you're a working mother or father. You come home, you just want to relax. But no, when you come home to a narcissist, your duties as a partner, they are not done. So you may come home from a long day of work, and a lot of people work 2 and 3 jobs and are in a relationship. Why do you have to work that hard and you have a partner that is supposed to help? But some of you come home from work and still have the job or the obligation of doing the dishes, doing the laundry, helping the children with the homework, while the narcissist does absolutely nothing. In fact, they may leave when you come home from work. You have to remember, a narcissist wants to be catered to 24/7, no matter what circumstance, and there is never any reciprocity given to you. All right, bye.
Some more sisters wanting to do the bare minimum. Now they're saying they don't want to be slaves. Now they're saying that, hey, well, my mama this, if your mama over here, man, working, your mama doing this, your mama doing that, you think you about to get a slave up out of me? It's not happening. It's not happening. So, of course, we end up having another video of a sister saying that, hey, well, listen, there's nothing wrong with women wanting to have help. Right now, of course, in this sister situation, this girl that we're about to react to, she sits up here and says that, hey, well, you know what, man, I don't know if she's a single mother or not, but my child's father, his mother would come help me, and I didn't even have a job. Well, I mean, once again, there's nothing wrong with having a nanny. There's nothing wrong with having somebody helping you. But once again, a lot of your women are trying to allow somebody else to take care of their children, which you see in the courts a lot, where a lot of your women are having a custody battle with their child's father, and the father's like, okay, well, look, can I get some custody? Can I get more than just 2 days? And your judge is saying no, and then your mother's saying, nah, I want to have this child full time, right? I want to have this child majority of the time. So they end up giving the child off to the mother, and guess where you end up finding the child at? You find the child at the mother's house. Like, man, what are you doing? Shout out to Sister Daphne. We've reacted to plenty of text receipts where guys were like, man, hold on, why is it when I'm trying to get my child, you won't allow me to see my child, but yet you are sitting here taking these kids and putting them over there in your mother's possession? Your mother's practically raising them, not you. But let's go ahead and hear this sister out.
This is a red flag you need to look out for if you're going to get married and have kids, because my goodness, my friends are going through it right now. So I'm talking to my friend who's trying to conceive, and she's in the car with her husband boyfriend, not even fiance yet. And they're talking about having kids, and she brings up having a nanny. And he immediately goes, I can't stand women who don't want to raise their own children. I mean, huge red flag, even in the way that he just talked to her. I think that was completely inappropriate. But she should have known this was coming, because months prior, she brought up the housekeeper conversation, and he goes, oh, housekeeper? Why would I need a housekeeper when you work from home? This is such a red flag. My ex-husband wasn't the best, and we actually didn't have a housekeeper, which was a huge red flag. But luckily, he believed in childcare, and he did whatever he needed to do to make sure that we were comfortable in that way. So one example is he had a personal assistant, and I think when I was like 6 months pregnant, I was just like, I feel like we're gonna need help. And he was like, you know what, she needs more hours. So whenever I'm traveling, which was, half of the month, she'll just come here and basically be help. Or even if she's working from home, like she'll just be helping me and you. And I wasn't even working at the time. Like, I felt like I needed a nanny, and she stepped in. And every time we needed help, he always provided it. So as soon as we gave birth, his mom came down and helped for a few weeks. And whenever we traveled, like, he would buy my friends or my siblings tickets so they can travel with us. When we lived in Portugal, I was working, so we had two nannies. And it's not like these people just like came and completely took care of my kid and I didn't have to do anything. It's more like I just had help, because everyone needs a village. And on the topic of housekeeping, so the last guy I dated didn't have a housekeeper, but he was super neat and super tidy. And it wasn't because he didn't believe in them, he just didn't need one. But I'm sure that he would have one, like if he had a family. It was just his mode of being. But a lot of men actually want modern day slaves. So when you're dating someone very early on, there's ways you can definitely ask this, but bring up the housekeeper conversation, bring up the nanny conversation. And even for me, like, I pretty much all date guys who own their own homes. If they don't have a housekeeper already, side eye. A lot of men had mothers who were so self-sacrificing, especially black men, that they don't even know what it looks like to have a regular amount of help. Growing up, we didn't have lots of money for childcare, like we never had nannies and everything. But even now, my mom's adopted 4 kids, and her sister was a preschool teacher, and she's basically retired her, and she's my mom's full-time help for the kids and for the grandkids. So we now have full-time help in my family. My sister's had multiple nannies. She has 4 kids. And we are not rich, but it's just a community thing. One thing I'm still working on is getting my family a housekeeper. So we do have someone to help now in our house in the desert. But yeah, this is just common knowledge. If a guy doesn't believe in help, red flag, run.
I think it's a red flag to be upset that a man is being stern with a woman because he is reacting to stupidity. Right. I mean, once again, why are we even entertaining the fact that we need to bring a nanny, somebody else to come here and come teach our child or do whatever? Once again, it is your job to raise your own child. And this is the reason why a lot of people are saying a lot of you women do not need children today, because all they want to do is have these children so they can put the man on child support or have these children. And a lot of times these women are just not built for the child at that moment. And they're sitting up here just pretty much putting this child in all types of deficits. You want to have a child just so you can put them off to somebody else. That just defeats the whole purpose. Like, be a part of your child's life. And another reason why having a nanny is kind of stupid is because who is going to be footing that bill? 9 times out of 10, you're going to be talking about the man. If the man is footing the bill and he's looking at it from his POV, he's like, I mean, why would I sit over here, get somebody to raise my children when I got you? Why would I sit here and have somebody come clean my house and do all of this extra shit when I got you? And then on top of that, she's working from home. Or I guess the woman that she was talking about is working from home. And this is just women trying to have the easiest life possible, while the man has to be the one to do all of the work. Because here's the thing about it, right? Once again, when you look at feminism, since day one, women have always wanted to change the roles in society and the roles in a relationship and the dynamics between a man and a woman. First wave feminism, you vote and you get to work. Second wave feminism, you want to go ahead and you want to be equal to a man, so you want to do as men could do. You want to be able to sleep around, right? So then now many fathers popping up here saying, hey, I didn't even know this wasn't my child, all because a woman want to be the same as a man. Then third wave feminism, they saying, hey, well, listen, it's okay to be, on the side of the streets, selling cat. It's okay to sit over here and run on a pole. We can have the same respect. We can have the exact same respect that your women get when they sit here and actually work their way up in the corporate world, work their way up to get some real money. And then you look at feminism today. Once again, the scale is always sliding with them. They're always moving the goalposts. Whereas the role of a man has always stayed the same. Nah, y'all men need to protect us. Y'all need to treat us fairly. Y'all need to give us an equal opportunity to do certain things. But then when you give them that opportunity, there's just certain things that they just cannot compete against men with, and they complain about that. Right? My prime example, wage gap. Women want the same pay, but they're not working the same jobs and not working the same hours. But once again, they want to be equal. They expect us to go out into the wars, and they want to be able to vote while we go out into the wars. But when we ask them, okay, well, hey man, listen, if you want to be equal, go ahead and jump into the wars with us. No, we out here taking care of the kids. We doing this. It's like, man, once again, they always move the goalposts, and it's sad because this is what we have to deal with. And once again, the man has to stay the same while women complain about doing the small tasks. And then they wonder why a lot of your men do not want to get married to your American woman today, because we have to put up with stuff like this. We have to put up a rhetoric like this. I think it's a red flag, on how he even responded to her. It's a red flag to even sit here and say something like that. It's a red flag to sit here and say that it's a red flag for a man being stern about some stupidity. right? He does not care for stupidity. So he's like, man, listen, like, why do you want to have a child when you're just going to pass them off to somebody else? It doesn't make any sense. And then on top of that, you're going to expect me to foot the bill. That's wild. And then when they get divorced, right, because it might happen, and they get divorced, what do you think is going to happen? And he's going to end up paying child support, and he's probably going to have to pay for that daycare as well, right? He's probably going to end up having to pay for a nanny because that's probably what she wants. Oh, well, I got a nanny that's got to take care of him, so, you know, this is why I need a little extra bread. This is why I need a little extra money from him. Mighty wild. But y'all guys, tell me, what do y'all think about this, man? Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel.